Hi everyone, this is the word art for the back cover collage of Wide-Eyed in Wonder, part 83 of the book of Benjamin Kareth. Today we were talking the lesson about privilege, salvation being one of our greatest privileges. So instead of doing the word salvation, while I was getting set up here, I was talking to the Lord and I felt like he wanted me to do the word privilege today, so I'm going to do privilege to start off the week. So I have the spelling on my computer because I don't know how to spell privilege. It's like one of those weird words spelling wise. Privilege. I'm gonna run with it. At least I'm gonna try to enter like a competition for most beautiful artwork ever. At least it's readable, legible. Privilege. I was talking about in the lesson video how blessed I am. It's so important to be grateful for everything that God's given us. Life and struggles and trials and tribulations and suffering, because in all of these things we get to lean on God for strength. And if we didn't have the privilege of life, like, oh, I'm so grateful. Privilege. Plus I get to sit here and draw pictures for God. It's my privilege. My privilege to be able to do something else that's going to be out there speaking of him. And even if no one watches it, I am so grateful that God chose me for this. Because he could have chosen somebody else. But I get the privilege of obeying him. I get the privilege of salvation. I get the privilege of serving him without understanding, and I love that, right? I get to just, by faith, do what he's asked me to do. And that is a privilege, that it doesn't matter. The reason he wants me to do this, I don't know. Because one person's going to watch it. So I bless you in the name of the Lord, whoever you are watching this video. I bless you in the name of the Lord. Pray that God covers you with his wings, that he shields you from evil and harm, that he blesses you with the sound of his voice, that he carries you on eagle's wings every day into his presence, that he opens his ears when you pray, that he draws you close to him, that you know how special you are to him, how loved you are to him, how grateful. Just be grateful. Grateful to God for everything. Privilege. The amazing thing is, like, God is so good. And I think the thing that I've learned through all writing the book series is just how much the perfection is not, it's just I can just do it and be obedient and trust that God's gonna have his way in and through it, and I don't have to stress about if every word is perfect, or God's gonna take it, the little gift that I'm giving him by obeying him. You know, he chose me for this book series, and he chose me for this video series, and he chose me for a reason, and I'm so grateful. Whatever God's chosen you for, be grateful that God chose you. And he chose you for a reason, because he knows you. He knows your personality. He knows your sense of humor. He knows the way that you see the world. And he chose you to do what you're doing because you're the only one that can express something of him to others in the way that you... Maybe there's a person out there that can only really see the world in the way that you see the world, and that's a blessing to them, that they needed to see God through your eyes. You know, maybe that's the reason why he chose you to do what you're doing. Maybe there's one person out there that only you can reach for God. So obey God. This is privilege for our lesson today. Thanks for watching.